Norma and welcome to my channel. If it's your first time seeing my face, I hope you stick around and you subscribe. And to all my subscribers, thanks for coming back. Today I'm going to be making potato greens. So before I start, I'm going to rant. So I have been looking because I wanted to make some potato greens, but I didn't want the one that was frozen. So I kept going to different stores and I kept finding frozen ones. So I was finally driving yesterday and stopped at this store. And I was blessed to find some that was fresh. And so I was so excited. I got 2 bags and I came home and I was tired because since it grows on the ground, you have to wash it so many times and then you have to cut it. So I just put it in my freezer. I was like, oh, tomorrow morning before I record, I will cut some and then show you how I cut the rest. And then I opened the bag to wash and look what they did. All of this is nothing but stem. What it grows on the ground, and they had the greens around it. So instead of just throwing the stem away, the stems, and then just putting the potato greens that you need in the bag and charge you accordingly, even if they charge you $1 or $2 more. So this is all the potato greens I have because they put so much stem in the bag and I didn't realize it. So if you go to the store, make sure you get a lot. So now I have to cut my meal that I was going to share, but I might not share with anybody. So now I'm going to show you what we're going to use. And the potato greens is from sweet potatoes. So it's the greens that come up from the sweet potato. And like I said, this is what it looks like. So for my potato greens, I'm going to be using some dry pike, that's fish. I have some chicken and beef with bones. I have some fish, onions, and habanero peppers. I blended some onions and habanero pepper here. I have some Norma seasoning. It's the chicken one. I have some adobo seasoning. It's all-purpose seasoning. I have some oil, just regular vegetable oil. And there's some onions that I've cut here. I have some allspice. This I got from Liberia, West Africa. I don't know how to make it, but I guess it's like the allspice here. But this is the spice from Africa. And then I have some boni. It's a dried fish that is blended. And this is boni dust. I have some shrimp that's blended, or crayfish, and then I have some baking soda, and that's what you rub on the greens after you cut it because you don't want it to get too dark, and sometimes it gets dark, but if you put the soda it tends to like keep some of the vibrant green color. So the first thing we're going to do, I have some that I've cut, but I'm going to show you how I cut it. So we grew up in Liberia just cutting the greens, but now there's a machine that you can buy on Amazon. I saw it and I will insert it if that's what you want to do and you don't want to cut it by hand. So usually you hold it like this and leave the stem out like this. So I have it all together. And then you hold it tight and you get a sharp knife because you want to cut the stems off. And if you're not used to doing it this way or you're afraid of the knife, you can just use your cutting board and do it this way and cut it off. Okay, so after you do that, you hold all your greens tightly like this. I have a little bowl right here and you start to cut. And you bring it up a little bit, you grip it, and then you start to cut. You want it thinly sliced. So I can show you in the bowl. This is what it looks like. be careful if you're not used to doing it with knife and you don't buy the machine. Be very careful because you can cut yourself since the knife is very sharp. You keep it sharp because it's easier to get the greens to cut very small. So I'm going to cut all of this and add it to my other one, and then we'll be back. So I've cut everything up, and I'm just going to add a little bit of baking soda. And like I said, it helps to keep the color vibrant. And just mix it around. And the other one that I cut before, I already added baking soda to it. So I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to start with my meats. So follow me over to my stove. So I have some oil going, and I put a little bit of onion for flavor in my oil. It's hot, and now I'm going to put my fish in there to fry. And I season my fish with some Norma chicken seasoning. Okay, I'll try to flip my fish over. Now we can try that other side before we take it out. Okay, I have my oil going for my greens. I'm just going to put some onions in there and dump my greens in there. I'm going to put some of my more chicken seasoning. Not much because I seasoned my meats already. A little bit of my adobo seasoning. And we're going to let this fry. I have my potato greens frying about 15 minutes, and my meat and chicken and fish is all cooked. And I'm just going to transfer it into my pot. And my fish, when I went to fry it, my oil was not that hot, so one of them broke up, but that's okay. I'm still going to put it in my potato greens. So I'm going to let this fry about 10 minutes on medium heat. And we're going to be back and add my fish and let that go for another 5 minutes, and my potato greens will be ready to eat. It's been cooking for 10 minutes. I'm just going to add my fish. And let that steam in it for another 5 minutes. So my potato greens is ready. I told you I made some rice. I'm about to plate it, and I'll show you what it looks like. So while I was cooking, I was thinking maybe I need to make use of these stems since I have so many. I'm going to try and sprout it in some water and see if it works. And if I can grow this, then I can make some more potato greens at home. But thank you for watching, and I hope you try to make this potato greens and rice. And please make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button. And I'll see you the next time I upload. Bye-bye.